Hey guys, so I got another video for you today. I'm either going to be calling this one 4 strategies to overcome writer's block or 4 techniques to overcome writer's block. I don't know, something like that. You'll get it. You'll see the title. So this is going to be pretty quick. I want to get to it. I don't want to talk too much. So I'm going to give you 4 strategies to overcome writer's block, specifically for when you're songwriting, because I've experienced writer's block. Everybody has. And 3 out of the 4 are actually going to be games that you can play when you get to the point where you just don't know what the heck to do, you don't know what the heck to write about, and then 1 is just a strategy. So the first one I want to talk about is, I call it drawing from a hat. This is a strategy that David Bowie apparently used sometimes, and it's pretty common, I think. It involves taking a sheet of paper, writing out a list of maybe 25 to 50 different words, however much you want, and cutting them all up into little pieces, putting them into a hat, and then drawing them out of a hat and actually making sentences from the words that you've found. And, you know, you're supposed to take them out one by one, and each word that you take out, you put into a sentence. And that's kind of, you know, it's kind of up in the air. There's no rules exactly how to do that one, but that's one of the ones that's supposed to somehow spark creativity. You know, so you can either get words that you create in your own head, or what I recommend is going online or going into a book and finding words that you find interesting, and making a, you know, don't put all nouns or all verbs. You got to kind of mix it up with the type of word that you're putting in there to make the sentences construct more properly and easier. So that's technique number 1. I've used it a bunch of times. Like I said, I heard that David Bowie used it and a bunch of other artists. Show you an example of what I do for the draw from the hat game. And by the way, the draw from the hat aspect of this game is kind of my own twist on it. This isn't necessarily something you have to actually do with drawing from the hat. You can just kind of write out all your own words and cut them up and just kind of play with a bunch of different words in front of you and move them around and make different sentences, kind of like those magnets that people have in the fridge. But the way I like to do it, just to add another little level, is cut them up like this, literally throw them in the hat, you know what I mean, shake them up or whatever, and then grab out, let's grab a few of these, and then play with a few at a time. So it's the Attic, Pink, Secret. So maybe I'll try to make a song out of this. Pink, Attic, Secret. Makes no sense at all, but point is, once you start drawing more stuff out of it, and, you know, snickerdoodle, pink, snickerdoodle, secret, I don't know. You get the point, is that it can spark creativity. But the hat part of it, where you put them in a hat, you don't have to do that. I just like to start out with that because it kind of confines, and I don't have to start with like 50 or 100 different words. But if you want to, you can literally just lay these words out in front of you and then start arranging sentences and, you know, the village body snickerdoodle. That's just so genius. But you get it. Second technique I'm going to talk about, where is it? I call it the 20-minute game. This one's one of the funnest ones, one of the most fun ones that I like to do. Me and my best friend Tyler, who write with each other all the time, we do it together. Me and my friend Tyler will do this anytime that we are in a place that's not our actual home. So if we're traveling somewhere, if we have a hotel room, or if we're house sitting for somebody, we always do this one in separate rooms. So what you want to do is you want to give yourself a timetable of a time limit of 20 minutes. That's generally what I do. You can do 10 minutes, you can do a half an hour, but give yourself a time limit. Get a pad of paper, a pencil, whatever you write with. I write with an acoustic guitar, so I'll sit down with just the acoustic guitar, and you have a time limit, and you say, I need to write a song in 20 minutes from start to finish. It could be the worst song in the world. It doesn't matter. It has to be done by the time the 20 minutes is over. And this forces creativity. This doesn't work for everybody, but this is one of the ones that works for me. And I know my buddy Tyler, when I came up with this game for us to do, he ended up writing one of the best songs he's ever written while doing it. So sometimes just having that time limit, that time restraint on you, can kind of, you know, get something good. And yeah, this one can be tricky because of the fact that it's not really, you're trying to avoid writer's block or fight off writer's block by just writing. It's, you know, it sounds a little bit challenging, but just try it out, just do it, and you never know what's going to happen. The time limit can really kind of push you to that next level of getting out of your own head. Third, this one I call the random word search. This one, you literally want to grab a book off somebody's shelf or your own shelf, grab a book from anywhere. You want to close your eyes or flip open pages randomly, stick your finger down somewhere on a page, find either a sequence of words or a specific word, use that as a title to spark creativity to write a new song. This was a technique that George Harrison apparently used. I've heard this from, you know, different sources, that George Harrison used this technique for a lot of his songs, and actually some of the songs that were written that were on Beatles albums, he randomly selected in books. This one I like to do a lot because it's kind of cool when when you open up a brand new book, or if you look at a book and you like the cover and think, oh man, that's cool, you can flip to a random page, find an interesting sentence. You might find the most boring sentence ever. Then other times you might find a super interesting sentence that is the start to a brand new song. I've done this one too. This one's great. I like this one. This one you can actually do with the 20-minute game. Actually, any of these you can really do together. There's no rules for it. It's just whatever gets that creative juice, the creative juices flowing. The fourth one is one of my favorites. It is not a game, but it's one of my favorite techniques. When you've just gotten to the point with writing where you have you feel like there's a wall in front of you and there's a block, and you don't know what else to do. You don't know what's gonna, help you with the creativity and help you getting ideas for a song. Just physically go to a different place. And that's as simple as picking up your guitar and walking outside, walking to the park and sitting down and, just physically seeing different stuff and being somewhere else. That can a lot of times help you, and along the way you might see something that sparks an idea for a song or a song title. But my favorite way to do this is to actually go and visit somewhere else. I have a friend who owns a cabin, so a lot of times if I'm writing for weeks or months sitting in the same place, I contact my friend and I say, hey, can I take some time in your cabin? And I'll go away for a few days by myself or with another friend, and then I just go up and I just dedicate it to writing. And just physically being in a different space can make a huge difference for your writing. But yeah, those are the 4 main techniques I have always used. I find that if I don't get one to work, then the second one will work, or if the second one doesn't work, then the third one will work. But if you work your way through that entire list and all 4 of them don't work for you, good luck. Try to figure out something else and come up with your own game. I guess that could be option 5 is, come up with your own game for getting out of your head and getting out of your funk. Because in reality, sometimes something as little as looking at something can spark creativity, or thinking about something or imagining something that you've experienced in the past can spark creativity. But yeah, so those are my 4 main techniques. I hope they help. Seriously, try them. I've done all of them, and I've done all of them many, many times. And I didn't invent all of them. I got them from other, established writers or whatever. But they should work for you. And I guess that's the end of the video. I'm not sure if I'm going to tag anything else on at the end. I apologize for the quality of these. I'm just using the selfie camera on my phone. I have this camera, this DSLR, I'm going to start doing videos with once I find the charger for it. And cap fell off. Anyways, so yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm just gonna kind of be doing these spur of the moment. Whenever an idea pops in my head while I'm working or recording on something, I'm just gonna record it and then upload it to YouTube. So hopefully people start watching them, or hopefully it helps one person out. I don't care. I'm doing this for the fun of it. But yep. Subscribe, like, do all the commenting stuff, blah 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 blah. And good luck. Try to get out of your funk.